Some really good things and some not so good things from the exhibition. Really liked our first half. I thought we were a group that was dialed in. I thought defensively we took them out of everything we wanted to take them out of. I thought offensively there were some good things and some things that were we got to work on and clean up. But again, as I said in post game, give Wesleyan a lot of credits. They didn't quit, and we came out and played about 3 minutes in the second half, and then just kind of went through the motions, to be very honest. And we've talked a lot about that. We looked at a lot of different lineups and did some things after that. But overall, I thought there was a lot of growth. I thought that our guys were excited. I thought our guys were a little bit nervous, and we thought we did a great job of not fouling. That'll be a big part of our game on Thursday, is keeping them off the line. And I thought we did it by being very aggressive. I love the 29 turnovers, and yet their three-point shooting in the second half was more them making shots, obviously, but us just ball pressure was poor. Philosophical breakdowns, letting them to the middle of the court. We got caught in some bad rotations, which were mistakes. So we've tried to clean that up this week, and now we get ready for the opener and get a Missouri Valley team that's we don't know a ton about. New coach, a lot of new faces. There are 3 or 4 players back, which we know a little bit about, but they've indicated they like to play really fast. I think they're playing a little bit of positionless basketball, meaning they're playing 2, 3, 4 guys at the point of various sizes. They've got a transfer guard, a 5th-year kid who's put up huge numbers, 28, 29 points a game prior to coming to Evansville, so we know he can shoot it. But this game is, they got a big center, Shikavicius. I coached his brother. I recruited his brother. Started a 4-year starter at South Carolina. He's very big. Grown man. He's an older kid. Had 17 and 17 minutes in their exhibition. So, we're still gathering information on them at this point. But it's a Missouri Valley foe. Great conference, and they're going to be well prepared and ready for the opener on Thursday, like all teams will be.
You wanted to have your guards draw more fouls last year, and Andres in the exhibition drew 8 fouls. Is that something you want to see more from him? Getting to the line.
Yeah, he got there 14 times in our private scrimmage, so he's very good at it. Io's good at it, and I thought Io and Trent at times played a little passive in terms of driving it. Trent's pull-up is really good, and he got that going a little bit early and sometimes settled a little bit. But Andres, DeMonte, I thought DeMonte played a little passive offensively. We need those guys to stay assertive, getting downhill, and I think we see that every single day from Dre. So, he's a ton downhill.
What did you think of the 3-point guard lineup in the exhibition?
I liked it. We've worked on it quite a bit in practice this week. I think that we're still trying to clean up the rebounding piece of that a little bit. But there's a certain effect that when Trent's not on the ball, Trent's really fast, and him running a wing has got to scare some defenses. And and then Dre being downhill, and then Io same way. I like that from an offensive standpoint. I like it from a defensive standpoint. I thought Trent was by far and away our most consistent and best defender in the Wesleyan scrimmage, and his assignments and his grade out system was extremely high. So it's fun to see his growth there. And when Trent guards, we know the other 2 can guard. And I think we'll that's something we'll see a lot of.
How much, especially when you're smaller, how much is there a trade-off when you ask your guards to crash the glass?
Well, defensively, I've always had guards who are good rebounders. one of the great advantages of scoring under 7 seconds is defensive rebounding from guards. We don't have to outlet it. We can run. We can push it, and you get an advantage in a broken floor when you can do that. But you know, Io let our team in practice yesterday in rebounding, so he's gotten the message, and we need that to continue. And you know, we've got to get Trent doing that, especially on the defensive side. But you know, there's advantage in numbers when you can defensive rebound from your guard spots.
What did you like most about what Andres did for you?
Well, I think Andres is turning into the quarterback. I think we can look at his points and we can look at how efficient he is, and he's been that almost every single day in practice. I think the one thing that I'm excited about is he's starting to take charge. He's asking the right questions. He's asking the where everybody should be, and that's a real positive trait, because that's something that'll just benefit our team.
What is this time of year like for you as a coach and for a team when everybody's 0-0 and gets the opportunity to start anew?
Yeah, it's exciting. I think that you know, we talk about growth a lot in our program, and I've said it many times. I think this team will continue to grow. We'll be a team that's better in December than November, and yet we've got to have a starting point, and we've got to find out, and we're going to do that against some of the best teams in the country. So you know, it's not that it's a gradual learning curve. This is a pretty steep learning curve with this schedule, but this group's up for the challenge, and I think we're excited about that, and we're excited for the opportunity to go play, and that's why they all do this. That's why they spend so much time working in the weight room and so much time in individual workouts, is to get the opportunity to go play and compete, and I'm excited from a competitive standpoint. You know, this group, I've said it, enjoys competing and has fun that way, so it all starts on Thursday.
How close is Adonis to being ready to play?
He's getting back in practice, so that's up to the medical doctors. He's been cleared for contact in practice now, so that's a real positive. You know, he made a post move today, and he wiped out the whole lane and everybody that was in it, and that's an encouraging sign. And but he is, you know, he's day to day, but he's making progress. Now it's about, you know, putting him out there when he's successful and not laboring, getting his conditioning back under him and taking some hits and doing some of that. So he's making progress.
Where do you think he's at mentally in terms of understanding what you guys do and where to be?
I think mentally he's way ahead of the game. He's probably ahead of some guys who have been in practice every day. That's maturity. That's growth. In terms of having a guy who understands the importance of knowing. He knew he's not coming in and can't just be at the stage one of trying to learn. He's been following it on his iPad. He's been following it in practice. He spends a lot of time in film. He's not going to be perfect. There's always that transition of you think you know until you actually get out there and have to do it. But right now he's been pretty dialed in.
Where do you think the team is with just understanding the system as a whole come Thursday?
I think defensively we've gained some ground. Offensively, I think we're still continuing. I think we're comfortable in our transition actions. I think we're still gaining knowledge and an understanding and a comfort of what we're trying to do in the half court. But again, that piece is chemistry. That piece just takes a little time. It's taken time with every team I've ever had. Not having a guy like AD kind of resets that chemistry thing a little bit at different times. But we're definitely getting better.